everybody, today we're going to do a little math activity that has to do with fractions, decimals, and percents. So this is what you'll need to do this little activity. You're going to need a bunch of colorful items. It could be anything that you have lying around your house. I know a lot of you have Legos, so it could be a big pile of Legos, it could be crayons, it could be anything that has colors in it, or you can convince your parents maybe to buy you a bag of Skittles or a bag of M&Ms. I'm using pom-poms because, well, I was gonna say I had them lying around the house, but I didn't. I ordered them from Michael's curbside pickup. Anyway, so I have a pile of pom-poms. You need a couple handfuls of items, like maybe 20 to 60. It doesn't matter really the number. You will need a calculator. I'm just using my phone calculator. You can have your computer available because I have a website on there that I'd like you to check out. It's called toytheater.com, and you need some markers and or crayons. So as you can see, I have my pile of pom-poms here. Okay, so what I did is I counted the number of pom-poms. I counted them twice and I counted them by twos because that was easiest for me. Make sure you count them 2 or 3 times. Now, right here, I have 55 pom-poms. So 55 is going to be an important number today for me. Your number might be different, okay? You might have 36 Lego, or you might have 23 crayons. So your number is going to be different than my number. So this number right here is going to be the denominator. Now, denominator. Remember when we talked about denominator and we said that D for down? Denominator is on the bottom of the fraction, and it indicates the total number in the set of items. So I'm going to, and I have markers here and I kind of matched up the colors just because I wanted to have some coordinating colors. You don't have to do that, but I know there's a lot of you in my class who like to do things like this. For white pom-poms, I'm using black, so it'll show up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort my pom-poms into colors. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 colors. You might have 4 colors, you might have 10 colors. It doesn't matter how many colors that you have of your item. That doesn't really matter. As long as you have, I'd say, more than 3 or 4 colors, it should work out pretty well. Okay, so I'm just putting them into the same colors and seeing what we get here. Okay. Okay, and you can have a sibling help you with this if you want. Oh, there's I forgot to include my green. Oh, I don't have a green marker, so I'll have to go grab one in a minute, but that's okay. I'll grab that. All right, so here we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna move them around so I have space. I just took some old wrapping paper and I put it on my table because I thought that would be easiest. So now, as you can see, I have 4 light blue pom-poms. So the numerator is going to be, and I'm going to put the title light blue because I have a dark blue as well. I'm going to put 4 light blue pom-poms out of a total of 55 pom-poms. Okay, then for my pink, let's see, I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 pink, and always count things twice because remember we talked about human error. So I have 10 pink pom-poms out of a total of 55, and I'll put pink here. And let's go over to our dark blue. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, so I have dark blue. I have 8 as the numerator and 55 as the denominator. Orange, I have 2, 4, 6, 7 orange. So 7 orange out of 55. have 2, 4, 6 yellow. Let's see if the yellow shows up. Okay, not bad. And I have 2, 4, 6 red. Forgot to put the yellow title, so I'll put that now. It's kind of like one of our math journals that we do in class. White, I'm using my black. Okay, and I have 2, 4, 6 white out of a total of 55 total pom-poms. And I have 2, 4, 6 green. 6 seems to be a common number. Let's see. Okay, so I don't have green, so I'm just going to use purple. So green, that's kind of weird, but whatever. 6 out of 55. Okay, so now we are going to turn these into percentages, which is actually really, really easy to do. So if you want to turn these into percentages, what you do is you take your calculator and there's 4 to 55. So I go 4 divided by 55 is, I'm going to write the decimal. So it's 0.072. So 0.072. Okay, that's the decimal. So actually the percentage is going to be 7% because this is a 2, it's not higher than a 5. If this number were higher than a 5, we'd bump that up to 8. So it's actually, because there's a 0 here, it's 8%. Sorry, 7. What am I saying? We just talked about how we're not gonna bump it up. Okay, so orange, 7 divided by 55 equals, so you can see it's 0.127. So 0.127. This is higher than a 5, so we're going to bump that up to a 3. So it's actually going to become 13% of the pom-poms are orange. Okay, white.
Can't you get the same thing if you multiply it by 100?
Sure, yeah, you can get the same thing if you multiply it by 100. Like Paige is saying, if we do 0.127 times 100 equals 12.7%, you bump it up to 13. So that's a really great tip. Thank you for that. So 6 divided by 55 equals 0.109. And what Paige was saying is to times it by 100 and you get 10.9%. We bump that up to 11% of the pom-poms were white. Okay, and we'll go ahead and we'll do that with all of our other colors. Okay, I won't show you all of my colors, but I'll just do it one more time. So 10 divided by 55 equals 0, and I like to write down the decimals, equals 0.181 times 100 equals 18%, and we're not going to bump it up because it's 18.1. If it were 18.5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9, we bump it to 19. So the computer program that I wanted to show you is called Toy Theater, and I'll put the link on Edsby. Maybe you can come down here so the kids can see it a little bit better. So I went to this blank hundreds grid. Yeah, come right.
No, it's good. It's good.
Okay. So it shows up like this, but I actually want you to hit the number so it is blank. So if we were doing the light blue, okay? So our light blue we talked about was 7%. So I want you to get the light blue color, and 7% should look like this on a hundreds chart. Okay, so I just want you to do the representation. Now, if we have pink, so you can clear that, pink is 18%. So it would look like this. Oops, I'm gonna clear that. So 18%, we know that one row is 10 and this is 18. So that's how 18% should look on a hundreds grid. Okay, I hope you have fun doing this activity. There's a lot of learning here. There is fractions, there's decimals, and there's percent. Okay, have fun. Bye-bye.